this will be my last topic, y'all. We won't get into the end. Well, maybe I'll do the NBA draft as well, but this will be my last topic. And I've done this one before because Carmelo's done this before, right? So on his podcast, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, I remember he told the story of how New York traded away Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith, and he had Iman Shumpert on the show that they spoke about it, but that was like months ago, and I covered it on this channel, but then they went into a little bit more detail because J.R. Smith was on the show just last week, and they spoke about it again. And I just want to give you a little bit of insight of the mind of LeBron Ramon James, or just the mindset brought to you by Carmelo Anthony. Man, this is what he saw from that trade.
What was that like when you're going from New York to Cleveland?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I cried.
Really?
Yeah. I was in Memphis. We was in Memphis. I had just got out of, I was working out. We was getting ready for the game. And I came back in the locker room, and who was it? Steve Mills? Steve Mills pulled me aside. He's like, yeah, man, we just traded you and Shump to Cleveland. And I was just like, dang, word. Go back to my locker and shit, taking my shit off. And I started looking around. I'm like, where's son at?
I was getting treatment.
I was over there fucking tearing up and shit, and he was on the phone going the fuck off.
I couldn't get Leon on the phone.
Yeah, I forgot who you was talking to. He was like, to him? You gonna trade him to him?
No, that was Steve. No. I was on the phone with them. I was on the phone with them, with the Knicks. And it was deeper than that because I know the assignment. I know what this is about. Like, I know where I'm at, and I know where he's at. And I know what we're trying to do. And I know no matter what, win, lose, or draw, it's going to always be competitive. It's going to always be him and his side. It's going to always be me and my side. Not saying that they causing shit to sides, but it's a respect. And it's like, nigga, you can't play around with that, and you can't play around with that. So we always trying to figure out.
Just so we're being clear, you're talking about your side and Bron's side.
I'm just saying the way that it's always been since high school.
Yeah.
We always been coming together. We always be parallel to one another.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter his success, no matter my success, whatever it is, we will always be connected together. Even if it's shit go on in Cleveland that don't have nothing to do with me, some way, somehow they're gonna connect those dots and put a mirror to that.
Right.
Just Melo doing this over there. Melo ain't doing this over here, and Bron doing this. So it's gonna always be that. So as somebody who's building and want to compete against that, you didn't leave me nothing to build on. You took everything away from me. You took the keys. You took the whip. Like, you left me out there I gotta clean the yard up. I gotta clean the yard up. And I gotta do shit that I've never done before because I was so comfortable with everybody having their role and understanding what everybody's gonna do. Yeah. And I also understand how he thinks. Word, I can get those two niggas.
And I could take it away from one of
And
my
I can take it away
rivals.
from that.
Yeah.
That alleviate one. That's one less stress that I have to worry about. Now I could just focus on Boston. I can focus on this team and this. I can focus on certain people. As long as I alleviate this situation by any means necessary. And if taking them two alleviates that, take the air out that bite, I've done my job. It ain't personal.
It's business.
It's business. It's competing.
Right.
I think it is personal, to be honest with you. And you can tell, you can hear it in his voice. And this is the second time he spoke about it. That thing bothered him. And you could kind of see from afar, like, okay, that's my friend, like that's my homie. But I don't think he respected that move. I'm being honest with you. I think the only reason why he's acting like he respect, like, it's just business and it ain't no hard feelings and I respect. I think he's just doing that just to save the little bit of friendship they got. But he keeps talking about this, and D Wade keeps saying things too. Like, they really want to clear the air and get some stuff out there. I think they really got issues with LeBron when it comes to that. But I just don't think they confrontational like that to the point where they want to take it there with LeBron. I don't think they really want to, not have a friendship with him. But that's some stuff to say and keep talking about. Like, he really bothered by the fact, man, you came over here and took J.R. Smith from me. Like, if you want to beat me and prove to me that you're above me, like, why would you take my help and add it to you and then beat me and then try to make it seem like that makes you better than me? Like, you took my help. You get what I'm saying? Like, dude, you done already ran the East for 4 straight years with a super team in Miami. Right? I'm building something over here, man. Let me build something. You snatching my pieces away and using it for your good. And I think that's crazy, because I thought you wanted to beat me fair and square and be real competition. And that's not what he did. He went and strategically, like, everything Clutch Sports and LeBron was doing in the NBA, it was so strategic, man. Like, they really sat down and blueprinted this stuff out and planned it and executed it. All the way down to him getting Kareem's record. That was something that they probably looked at 6-7 years before and clocked it out and was like, this is what I need to do to get it. Right? This is what I need to be the GOAT. If I get X, Y, and Z, I can be the GOAT. If I get the scoring title and then I keep assisting the ball the way I am, and if I keep rebounding the way I am, I'll be top 5 in all 3 of them categories. And if I play, I played 22 years, I'd be top 5 in all 3 of those categories. If I play long enough, I can play with my son. Nobody's ever done that. Add that to the thing. If I get Kareem's record, I'll be number 1 in that. Add that to the thing. You know what I mean? He just adding all this stuff to it to accumulate all this to go into his package. So when people look at it on paper, they'll be like, oh man, this is impressive. I don't know, just adding to the mythology, man. You get what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird that they did that. And then be strategic like this as well. Like, oh shoot, I got a sports agency, and I'm signing these players. And guess what? When you with Clutch Sports, we looking out for the best of you. We're gonna make you make money there. That's one thing. But also on the other end, Clutch Sports clients that I really think can help me win. Oh man, Anthony Davis. Why don't you tell New Orleans you want to force a trade to LA and tell them you're not gonna play until they trade you? Like, that is some crazy stuff that LeBron's best friend, Rich Porter, or Rich, whatever his name is it not? Rich Porter is the dude from Paid in Full. What is this dude name? Rich, oh man, what is his agent? What is the agent name? Rich, whatever his name is, Rich. And that's probably not even his real name. But you could be his best friend and you can represent all these players being his best friend. Rich Paul, thank you. Rich Paul can talk to LeBron, and LeBron can say, hey, I need AD over here. And as a freaking agent, you go to Anthony Davis and say, oh, you about to go play with LeBron in LA. So tell them that you want to trade, force a trade, sit out until they trade you. Like, dude, think about that, bro. And imagine if MJ told Patrick Ewing to force a trade out of New York to come to play with him in Chicago. Imagine if MJ's mentality was not that I want to continue to beat Patrick Ewing. If he just said, Pat, why don't you come over here and join me? And don't wait for your contract to be over because I don't have that much time because I'm old. Why don't you force a trade out of LA? Sit out until they trade you. And this is not LeBron telling him that. This is Rich Paul telling him that, which is his agent. But Rich Paul is also LeBron's best friend and LeBron's agent. So they talk like best friends. But when they talk like best friends, he can go and talk to AD like an agent and make agent moves and have his client force his way out of New Orleans. Can't make this stuff up, y'all. All this stuff is strategic for his legacy. Oh, and by the way, draft my son in the first round, get him here so I can make history and get him a 3-year contract. Like, all this stuff is corny, y'all. All of it is corny. But Melo is bothered enough to keep mentioning this on his podcast. He's already talked about it with Shump. Now he's talking about it with JR. And all three of them thought it was clown stuff, clown behavior. Now they went over there and locked in and got a ring with him, but they all thought it was clown behavior. They all did. So I'm gonna open the phone lines up, y'all. I'll take 2 or 3 phone calls before we get to the final topic. And then I will bid you all a good night. And I'll see y'all on Full Panel Friday with the full panel tomorrow night. Should be a good episode. We can talk about the playoffs and we talk about a whole bunch of other things, man. It's gonna be a good one. But I'll keep the phone lines open for another 30 seconds. Caller, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Mel?
Yeah, what's popping, man? What's your thoughts?
Couple things, man. With the Melo thing, that's pretty much on brand. Sorry, I got my YouTube on. It's like he is always looking for advantages, whether they're like fair or not. It doesn't matter. He's just consumed with wanting to be the best, right? But it's really diminishing returns because we can see this, right? We can see that he is maneuvering and he's doing all these things that other people didn't do when they actually competed. And I think people that are a fan of his, like they'll look past it, but anybody who's being objective is just going to see that. I mean, it's hollow. And I think what he's doing right now in his career is diminishing returns, right? He keeps playing. He's not winning anything. He's not effective. So it's like it's hurting his own GOAT case, which I don't think it's real anyways.
Yeah, to a logical person, it's hurting it. But I mean, it's nothing he could do for his fan base to think, he's done anything to hurt his legacy.
Yeah,
I mean, his fan base is just. I mean, they more loyal than a hound dog that you keep tied up on a tree in the front yard that you ain't never let come in the house. That's how loyal his fan base is. He can do no wrong. I don't understand it. It's almost like a cult.
It kind of is, man. It's really weird. I will say this. It's like I'm not sure if you're like a believing person.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Bible, it says like at a certain time, people will believe a lie.
Oh yeah,
and granted, this is like a microcosm of that, but it's like even with the like LeBron, Michael Jordan thing, like if you're a numbers guy, you just look at the numbers. Like the more you look at Michael Jordan's numbers, the more it doesn't make sense that LeBron James is the GOAT, right? And that's beyond the eye test. That's beyond the actual like on-court achievements, not these BS achievements like, oh, I played with my son, I own a sports agency. Like those are just like anecdotal things. Like, oh, he did that, but like, did it translate into winning?
Right.
Like, no, Right. Like with the whole rookie of the year thing, it's been a setup since the beginning, right? Like the Nuggets were, I think, like a 20-something win team before he came on. They draft him, they make the playoffs. They had similar numbers, but
in the West,
in the strong West, right? This is like what early 2000s. Spurs are king, Lakers are coming off the three-peat, but Timberwolves are still strong. All these teams versus LeBron in the East. Like the Celtics haven't come back yet. I really can't think of like. I guess the Nets were good, but they're not like that kind of good, I
mean, I think this was on the tail end of Iverson and Philly when he got in the league, and then the top teams before Detroit formed up. The top team was I mean, as far as superstars, I think the best superstar in the East was Iverson, and then Gilbert Arenas had a run with the Wizards. But other than that, J Kidd in New Jersey. But the superstar, the superstars was out.
I guess
west.
The Heat were coming up too. But all like the majority of the good teams are out west, right?
Yeah.
But it's again, Carmelo Anthony did. He deserved the Rookie of the Year.
I believe so.
It's unfortunate that those Nuggets didn't make it over the hump, but they were building something in New York too. And I've never heard it from this perspective, but it kind of makes sense,
Yeah,
It seems pretty underhanded.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But I mean, but at the end of the day, it wasn't just LeBron. Phil Jackson had it out with Carmelo as well, so he knew that J.R. Smith and Shumpert were like his best friends, and like you remember when Phil Jackson was there as the president, he was trying to find. He tried to hire Steve Kerr. I think he ended up hiring Derek Fisher. He wanted somebody that can teach the triangle, and he wanted Melo in the triangle, and Melo didn't want to be in the triangle. So Phil Jackson and Melo butted heads really hard, really bad. And I think Phil was being petty by pulling the trigger on the trade.
And the more and more we see behind the veil, like the whole Mavericks trade on the front end and now on the back end with him getting the front pick, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to argue with Phil about going to the triangle. He only won 11 championships in like 20 years.
Correct.
In that system, but at the same time, the guys have power and they can throw it around.
Yeah.
But even with that, like, I don't know, it's really unfortunate that he won that he did not win the Rookie of the Year. But what I wanted to talk to you about, I meant to call in yesterday. This is Phil, by the way.
Okay, what's up, Phil?
So good.
Good. Okay, good.
The Nuggets versus OKC. I really think Denver has a chance to win. But even if they do get past and they get over the hump, like, they got to make some changes on the organizational level. Because, like, the way OKC has built their team, like, their organization is built, like, even if this team doesn't do it, they'll be able to pivot in the next 3 to 5 years and be back in championship form, right? Trade some guys away, if they want too much, get some more assets, develop them. And I think that was the big fight in the Nuggets front office, is like not really wanting to develop the players and just wanting to play now. And it's showing, right? I mean, like, they're able to hold on because they have Jokic, but it's hard to stand up against a team that's, they're 10 deep and they're going back home,
Well, so this was going on with Denver, and people are putting they're putting a target on Calvin Booth back as the GM, and saying he's not doing enough to get help there, and then he let some help go, right? And the help he let go was Michael Caldwell Pope and Bruce Brown
and
Jeff Green. Jeff Green was a good locker room guy, and he could provide off the bench as well. So. Those are 3 key guys they let go, and even as soon as Bruce Brown left, I knew, because I watched Bruce Brown play in that championship run, and he was very instrumental. Like, he was just as important. Like, he was very important. Like,
sure,
he couldn't miss. He was always moving and slashing, and that's why I understood the Westbrook pickup, because they liked Bruce Brown so much. They needed an energetic guy like that could slash. And they went and got Westbrook, and he's kind of like the same thing that Bruce Brown was. So they actually kind of replaced Bruce Brown and his effort and production with Westbrook. So, but I get to that later. But this is my point. Everybody want to say that Calvin Booth is not doing enough, but you got to look at it from this perspective. When they won a championship, and any championship team, if you're an agent, let's say I play for Denver and you're my agent, Phil. And I was instrumental in that championship run. When my contract year comes up, you're using it as leverage, correct?
The price goes up, of course.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. So now you got Aaron Gordon, instrumental in the win. I mean, during that championship run, he had to guard LeBron, KD, and Jimmy Butler and lock them down. He did a phenomenal job on all 3, back to back. Phoenix, Lakers, Heat. He guarded all of them. I can't remember who it was in the first round, but he guarded them too. He's always guarding the best player, no matter what the position is, right? So what you think his agent's saying? Yeah, whatever he's supposed to get, whatever the max is for him, he's asking for it. MPJ, same thing. He was instrumental. He was shooting lights out. I want my money too. Jamal Murray, he's the co-star. He hit game winners left and right. He had 30 and 40-point games as well. Huge nights. I want my money as well. So now you got a decision to make. Do I want to let one of them go so I can keep Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, and Michael and Caldwell Pope, or do I keep the starters? Which one would you do?
Oh, I agree, but that's not the point I'm making. Like, it is what it is. Like, all those other guys deserve to get paid, and they did, right? KCP left. He got a better contract in Orlando this postseason, or this past season. Bruce Brown left before. The point is, like, you have what you have.
Right. So
right?
as far as organization changes, there's no changes that can really be made because you're locked.
No.
You're locked in.
Not player personnel.
Okay.
I'm not saying like they need to get new players. I'm saying like their attitude this season was like the big fight between Booth and Malone was Booth wanted them to play the young guys more and develop them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Malone was like, no, get rid of them. We need veterans now. We're trying to win right now. And
who helped them win this game tonight?
Who was it? Strawther had a huge role,
and Brown.
And Christian Brown, yeah, and
the young guys.
I think that's been. I mean, granted, they even were fighting in this season on like how many minutes should Christian Brown get while he was hurt. We had Russ starting when he came back. Should we let him be back in the starting lineup? Should we have Russ start? It's like it's short-sighted. Is what I'm saying. Like they need to be thinking more long term. It's like, okay, we have the players that we have. Some of these guys can play, maybe some of them can't. But at the very least, you can develop these players into someone who can either play for this team or you can showcase and trade for an asset later.
Yeah,
that's not what they were doing this year.
But look, you got to develop those young guys. Look, the guys that are getting to the conference finals are being led by young guys that got developed, like Anthony Edwards. Alexander Walker, what's the other McDaniels? Those are young guys. Those are young guys that got tossed in the fire and they figured it out during the playoffs and they figured it out while they lost. Now, the team that you want to look at that didn't develop their young guys and still struggling with putting their young guys on the floor is Golden State. How's that working out?
Oh, man. Yeah, man. And talking about coaches being petty as well, right?
Yeah.
Steve Kerr, now that Steph is hurt, he was playing Kuminga. He was doing pretty good. But I don't know. Part of me feels like they may even if the contract's not good enough, they would still match it just to be petty. But that'd be really petty. Because he's a restricted free agent, Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, but see, you. So look. They listen. The Golden State is in trouble. Because they gave Draymond money. Of course, you get Steph money, but they gave Draymond money, and now Butler came over there in the trade, and they extended him. I haven't looked at their contract situation, but I don't think they can afford to match even anything above average for Kuminga. I don't think they can match it without going into that second apron.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he goes somewhere. Maybe he comes to Texas. Maybe he comes to Houston. That'd be good. San Antonio. I think that's really anywhere he can start and be productive. He's gonna listen. But I agree. I think Golden State is in a bad place. Maybe they try to make some moves in the offseason or do a sign and trade for him to get some assets. But again, short-sighted. Like they've had good draft picks. They've had a lot of young players that either just never got used or
James Wiseman.
Where they just left. Yeah.
James Wiseman, they ruined that kid. They ruined him. He's gone. Poole's gone. They kind of ruined him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
it's kind of crazy. I feel like Golden State, on another note, just got behind the wrong people. I know people in San Francisco like Draymond, but truth being told, I mean, he's chased away a lot of people. He chased away KD.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally chased away Jordan Poole.
Yep.
And I mean, maybe he enforces their culture, but I mean, he's obviously doing stuff that's detrimental to the team in the long run. And yeah, they won another ship after KD left, but I mean, how many more could they have won in between?
Absolutely. I agree 100%, man. Thanks for the call, Phil.
All right, later, man.
All right, thanks. I can take one more. Any topic is open for discussion. The first topic, second topic, third topic, don't matter. Yeah, Golden State, man, they got a junkyard dog and Draymond Green that nobody can control. Nobody. The unique thing about Draymond is that he has a lot of narcissistic tendencies, right? And the people that he, somewhat victimized, because whoever is like in a narcissist's life is really somewhat his or her victim. And what he does is he uses so many different tactics, right? This man, when he stopped Sabonis on the chest and got suspended for that game against the Kings in the playoffs, he went to have a conversation with the commissioner, Adam Silver. And in that conversation, he used a guilt tactic, or he used a tactic where he could make someone feel sorry for him. After he stomped on somebody's chest, he made himself the victim in the office with Adam Silver and cried and said, I just want to retire. Right? All because people was calling him out for what he did. And he said, I'm getting tired of being labeled like this. I just want to retire. And now sympathy kicks in for Adam Silver. He feels sorry for him. And he's telling him that you're not going to retire. You're going to get through this and all this stuff. He made himself the victim, right? Another thing he does, he used bullying tactics. So either he's going to make you feel sorry for him, or he's going to bully you. We obviously see that with choking Gobert and punching Poole and all this stuff. And then he used intimidation as well. Like when he was about going through his contract negotiation and he felt like he wasn't about to get paid, he didn't call his agent to go talk to the GM. He didn't go talk to the GM himself. He didn't talk to Steph. He didn't talk to Steve Kerr. He drove over to the owner of the team's house, banged on his door, got in, and had a conversation with him. This is coming out of his own mouth on his podcast. He himself skipped all those parts of the chain of command. I didn't talk to the best player. I didn't talk to coach. I didn't talk to the GM. I didn't talk to my agent. I went to the owner. And after we had a conversation, I end up getting my contract. Like, this is crazy. Like, oh, and the last thing, you can Google this. At halftime of a game, they said Draymond almost killed Steve Kerr. They had to hold him back. He was about to kill Steve Kerr. He said, I'm going to kill you. And was going after Steve Kerr after a heated argument they had. And the way he was going after Steve Kerr, they knew if he actually got to Steve Kerr, it was going to be some slow singing and flower bringing. This is Draymond Green. He got the owners. He intimidated the owner for a contract. He intimidated the coach. The coach can't keep him in check. Curry don't want to get hit like he's seen Poole get hit. And Adam Silver is feeling sorry for him because he cried and said he wanted to retire. Caller, what's your thoughts?
Man, Draymond is Debo. Straight up. Steve Kerr and Steph Curry see that nigga riding down the street on his bike. There go Debo. And put your shit away because Draymond finna take it. He is hey man. I'm tired of that nigga too, for real. I'm so sick of Draymond, man. Like, it's irritating.
Bro.
What Taco say in the chat? I was just trying to read that shit. It threw me out. He my whole train of thought up. But yeah, Draymond is, man, I can't even put that nigga in words. He is banging on Batman. Like, he is all the evil people that we watch in movies and video games and comic books. Like, Draymond is all of them niggas. All of them. It's something wrong.
Told you you're a narcissist, man. It's like
man,
that's
past
obvious.
narcissist. He's past that. Like, this nigga is the devil. Like, it's something wrong with Draymond. And then he got on the goddamn podcast talking about, oh, they're attacking my character. Motherfucker, you worse than Rodman. He should have been a part of the Bad Boy Pistons.
Hey, but the thing that annoys me though is that work though. Did you see all the people that was coming to support him for that angry black man comment he made? It was people that was actually on board with that, man. I'm like, yo, man, he plays everybody with different ways. Either feel guilty for me, like I'm like, this dude's not that smooth and that smart. How y'all falling for this? He done,
bro. Man, I want somebody to beat his ass,
bro. I just want him to retire, man. He done made his money. He got his rings, man. Just retire, go, man. Like I want Steph gone too, because he can't have, like, Steph pissed me off by letting that junk slide like that, and all these people say, oh, Steph is top 10 and all this stuff. I mean, what top 10 player you ever seen that can't control that locker room, that need somebody like Draymond to control it for him?
Is very passive aggressive. Like, I ain't even gonna say aggressive. He's just passive. Like, you let this man get away with whatever. You the leader of the team. You the best player on the team. Shut the fuck up, Draymond. Go sit your punk ass down somewhere, bro.
Facts.
Like, come on, man. Hey, bro, that ain't cool. Like, it would have been so many times I didn't check Draymond that they would kick me off the team. I would have told him to shut the fuck up so many times. Excuse my language. I would have told him to shut the hell up.
I knew Steph was passive when his wife got on national TV and said she want a man in her DM so she can feel wanted. I said, man, she should have had a black. No, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind.
Right. Don't say that. This
and I was like, yo, man, she felt comfortable to get up there and say that. Hey, you want, you know what I would, you know what I would have did if I was
gonna be on your ass.
Hey, you know what I would have did if I was Steph? I would have went and hired somebody to get in her DMs. And yeah, you want somebody in your DMs? I got somebody for you. I would have went and hired somebody to say, hey, man, I want you to, hey, you know what I mean?
Hey, what was the GOAT? What was the GOAT conversation? But I missed that part.
Oh man, it was you gotta go back and watch that one. No, it was so it was an interview that I had stumbled across where Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, and Michael Jordan was getting interviewed. I think it was in '97, the last three-peat. And they had a sit down and they talked about their whole journey from the time where Phil was hired to present day where they was at. And like they talked about their whole journey to the top, you know, of how they grinded and how they got past Detroit and all that stuff. And I thought it was a good
how you supposed to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was
how you supposed to do it.
That was the main conversation. And then it got to the part where he was talking about when he retired, you know, some of the things he talked about why he retired. And one of the reporters asked him, you know, you don't want no records, you don't want Kareem's record. And he was like, nah, I'd rather have the 6 rings. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be the top scorer ever. Like I want the 6 rings. And there was an interview that I didn't know about that he went on David Letterman like in probably 89. Was it 89?
88,
something like that.
89. When he won the defensive player of the year.
No, I think
he blew up after that.
No, it was the year he broke his foot. He went on Letterman.
Oh no, that's when he brought out the Jordans then.
Yeah, second year. I didn't never see that interview, and I never knew that he said that he was going to retire to play golf at 32. Like he knew he was there for a short time. Now, seriously, this man knew he was there for a short time, man. He was not worried about no records, dog.
Nah, he wouldn't. And that's how you know he a true winner. Winners ain't thinking about records. They trying to bust your ass every time they get on the court.
Facts.
That's just a competitive mindset. Like, bro, I don't care how many points I scored throughout my career. These 13 years that I'm in this league, I'm finna give y'all work. MJ was just a dog. He's a whole totally different dog. Like, but I was commenting on the dude TJ in the comment section. He said that LeBron gets so much. I don't even remember what the hell he said because I'm just like, these folk, bro. I don't know what the hell y'all smoking. Like, let it go. This debate should have never happened.
I agree, man. But
the closest thing to MJ is Kobe.
It's Kobe.
From 80, I say 84. I was telling my girl this last night. I was saying from 84 to like 86, that's young MJ. from 87 to 93, ain't nobody in NBA history fucking with that man. I'm sorry, Kobe not even on that level. Kobe is the back end of Jordan. He's the 95, 98 MJ. When he's like not as athletic, but he's still at the peak of his powers. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe was just, I don't know, like he just made tough shots to me. Like I couldn't stand this man.
But Kobe get a bad rap, and people act like, you know, just because Mike was uber athletic and LeBron is
that's the only difference. That's literally the only
but this is the thing. Kobe Bryant was super athletic as well. He just wasn't on the level of Michael or LeBron. He was a notch below that. But he was but you know, like you got Vince Carter, you got LeBron, you got Mike up at that top area. But just under that, you still got people like Kobe, you got who else was athletic but not like maybe
like Tracy McGrady.
I think T-Mac,
maybe Michael Finley.
Yeah, Kobe, Michael Finley, he in that range. Kobe, I don't know where T-Mac fall at. Is T-Mac with the Kobe joint, or is he up there with Vince now and Mike?
I say he wasn't as athletic as Vince. He was around like Kobe. Like
he was
Kobe. Kobe just didn't have that explosive first step.
I mean, he did though.
MJ could blow right by you.
I mean, no, he did though. Kobe had all of that. I don't know why people saying he did.
Yeah, I'm saying he did, but it wasn't on MJ level. I was just saying it like that.
Yeah,
like,
but people acting like Kobe.
People, my guy.
People acting like Kobe was Reggie Miller or something.
Nah, hell no.
Come on, man. You like who if
Reggie wasn't that athletic.
That's what I'm saying. But
was way below Kobe.
But when you hear people talk about Kobe and they try to separate him from Mike and LeBron based on athleticism, they're talking like Kobe Bryant is on a freaking Reggie Miller level, and he's not. Yeah, I'm saying the names now. I'm saying names in there now. I'm saying Sprewell. I'm saying Doug Christie. I'm saying Grant Hill,
Allen Houston.
Allen Houston was below Kobe. Allen Houston was a Penny. Penny, Kobe, Grant Hill. They all in the same vein. They just a notch below. Michael Jordan. They're a notch below. So
they all had. They were athletic. You're right. You're right about that.
But they act like Kobe was Allen Houston or Glenn Rice or something, or freaking J.K. Like they tripping, man. What are y'all talking about? Like Kobe. Did y'all not see this dude win the dunk contest? Like, come on, man. This dude was out there dunking too.
Right. He didn't want to do it no more after that.
They tripping.
Yeah, he did it right. Oh yeah, man. Shit, I'm finna go to bed.
All right, man. Thanks for the call.
My brother.
Yeah, for sure, man.
No doubt. Man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, yeah.
Wow.